What if I told you that we aren't just a product of the universe, but that the universe is actually a reflection of ourselves, a projection of our own consciousness? This idea might sound a bit out there, but it is a concept that has been shared by enlightened individuals across different eras and spiritual traditions for centuries. And it's not just coming from the spiritual realm. Renowned scientists and researchers like Robert Lanza have also explored and even supported this mind-bending perspective. Robert Lanza developed his theory of biocentrism, which offers a radical new way of understanding the universe. In his view, consciousness isn't just a part of reality, it's fundamental to its creation. Lanza, a biologist famous for his work in regenerative medicine and stem cells, combined concepts from quantum physics with biological principles. He proposed that life and consciousness aren't just random byproducts of the universe, but are actually central to its very existence. According to Lanza, things we take for granted like time, space, and matter don't exist independently of our conscious perception. Instead, they are constructs that emerge from our consciousness. The theory of biocentrism flips traditional physics on its head, suggesting that life creates the universe rather than the other way around. Lanza came to this conclusion by observing how consciousness seems to influence quantum phenomena and by questioning the very nature of reality from a biological standpoint. So, in this video, we're going to dive deep into this fascinating idea that connects science, consciousness, and spirituality. We'll explore the true nature of matter and reality itself, looking at it from several different angles. We'll see how, by accessing the quantum field through our consciousness, we can potentially alter the vibrational energy that we perceive as matter and, as a result, transform our own reality. On top of that, we'll examine the powerful role our subconscious mind plays in shaping the reality we experience every single day. We'll discover how, through specific techniques, we can reprogram these deep-seated subconscious patterns to create a life that is more aligned with our truest desires, and we're not stopping there. We'll also explore how by modifying our brainwaves and using the power of visualization, we can directly influence the quantum field, shaping and transforming reality in our favor. So, have you ever really stopped to wonder what lies behind the reality you experience? Is this world we perceive truly as material and physical as it seems? When we observe matter at the atomic and subatomic levels, we find something astonishing. It's mostly made up of empty space. Only a tiny fraction of its volume is actually occupied by the nucleus and the electrons zipping around it. And if we look even closer, inside the nucleus, we find protons and neutrons, which are themselves composed of even smaller things called quarks and gluons. These aren't matter in the traditional sense we think of, but rather excitations of force fields. In the world of quantum physics, the universe is understood to be composed of constantly fluctuating quantum fields. Subatomic particles, like the quarks and electrons we just mentioned, are simply vibrations or ripples in these fields. These fields represent forms of energy and probabilities. What this all means is that the more we analyze matter, the more we realize that what we perceive as solid is actually just energy, organized in a specific way and vibrating at a certain frequency. The entire universe that we perceive as solid, tangible, and physical isn't really composed of matter in the classical sense, but of pure energy. Quantum physicists call this fundamental energy the field. This field is described as an invisible, interconnected web of energy that permeates everything. So, if everything is energy, what does that mean for us? It means our bodies, our thoughts, our emotions, everything is a manifestation of this same fundamental energy. Our thoughts and emotions are not just abstract experiences happening inside our heads. They are actual patterns of energy that have their own specific vibrational frequencies. Positive thoughts and emotions, like love, gratitude, and joy, vibrate at a high frequency. In contrast, negative thoughts and emotions, like fear, anger, and sadness, vibrate at a lower frequency. This is where it gets really interesting. The law of attraction, a principle found in many spiritual traditions, states that like attracts like. This means that the vibrational frequency we emit through our thoughts and emotions attracts experiences, people, and circumstances that have a similar frequency. If we are consistently vibrating at a frequency of lack and fear, we will tend to attract more situations that reinforce those feelings. But if we can learn to consistently cultivate high-frequency emotions like gratitude and abundance, we start to attract more positive experiences into our lives. We literally start to resonate with a different reality. Now, let's bring in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like the vast, hidden part of an iceberg. It operates below our conscious awareness, but has an immense influence on our lives. It's where our beliefs, habits, and automatic emotional responses are stored. Many of these programs were installed in our childhood before we had the critical faculty to decide what to accept and what to reject. These subconscious programs create our default vibrational state. If your subconscious is programmed with beliefs of unworthiness or scarcity, it doesn't matter how many positive thoughts you try to think consciously. Your subconscious will keep pulling you back to that old, familiar vibration. This is why simply thinking positive often doesn't work for long-term change. To truly transform our reality, we need to go deeper and reprogram the subconscious mind itself. How do we do that? Techniques like affirmations, visualization, and hypnosis are powerful tools for this. When we repeat affirmations with feeling, we are sending a new message to our subconscious. When we visualize our desired reality as if it's already happening, our brain and nervous system can't tell the difference between a real and an imagined experience. This creates the neurochemical state of that new reality, effectively rewiring our brain and retraining our subconscious to a new vibrational set point. Let's talk about brain waves. Our brain produces electrical activity in the form of waves, and these waves change depending on our state of consciousness. During our busy waking day, we're usually in a beta state alert and focused on the external world. As we relax, we move into alpha, a state of light meditation. Deeper still is theta, the state associated with deep meditation, hypnosis, and the twilight state just before sleep. It's in this theta state that the door to the subconscious mind is wide open. This is the prime time for reprogramming. By practicing meditation and deliberately guiding our brain into the theta state, we can more easily install new, empowering beliefs and visualizations directly into our subconscious operating system. This is like planting a seed in the most fertile soil possible. So, let's connect all the dots. The universe is a field of energy and potential. Our consciousness, through our thoughts and emotions, creates a specific vibrational frequency. This frequency interacts with the quantum field, attracting experiences that match it. Our subconscious mind runs the programs that determine our default vibrational frequency. Therefore, to change our reality, we need to change our vibration. And the most effective way to change our vibration is to reprogram our subconscious mind. By using tools like meditation to enter a receptive brainwave state. And then using visualization and affirmations, we can communicate directly with the subconscious. We can overwrite old limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. When we do this consistently, we begin to change from the inside out. We are no longer just reacting to the world. We are actively creating it. We become the conscious architects of our reality. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's based on an understanding of how energy, consciousness, and the very fabric of reality are interconnected. It's about taking our power back and realizing that the life we desire isn't something we have to chase, but something we can generate from within. It starts with changing our inner world, our thoughts, our beliefs, our vibration, and then watching as our outer world transforms to match it. Ready to put this into practice? Let's walk through a simple but powerful exercise you can do right now. Find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. With each breath, feel your body relaxing more and more. Now, bring to mind something you truly desire. It could be a loving relationship, a fulfilling career, vibrant health, or a feeling of deep inner peace. Don't just think about it. Try to feel it. Imagine you already have it. What does it feel like? Let the emotion of gratitude wash over you. Feel thankful for this reality as if it has already happened. See the details in your mind's eye. Who is with you? What are you doing? What sounds do you hear? Make the scene as real and vivid as possible. The key is to combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion. The thought sends the signal out to the quantum field, and the feeling draws the experience back to you. Stay in this state of feeling and visualization for at least 5 to 10 minutes. The more you practice this, the more you are rewiring your brain and body to be in vibrational alignment with your new future. You are literally becoming the person who already has what you desire. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the nature of reality. I hope this has opened up some new possibilities for you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future explorations into consciousness and personal transformation. Until next time, keep creating your best reality. Did you know that the forces that move our physical world were described millennia ago by ancient sages? They called it spirit, but today we might call it a field of energy and information. It's fascinating how these ancient teachings align with modern science. The core idea is that everything, including our thoughts and emotions, is in constant vibration. Just like particles, we attract what we vibrate with. This is the law of resonance, a concept you might recognize from the Hermetic principle, as above, so below. Everything that resonates at the same frequency syncs up. Think about it. If you're constantly vibrating with feelings of scarcity and fear, you'll naturally attract situations that reinforce those feelings. It's a cycle, but the reverse is also true. If you vibrate with positivity, gratitude, and abundance, you'll sync up with more positive situations, creating an upward spiral. Our personal vibration is like a magnet, drawing experiences that are in tune with our energy. As you raise your frequency, the world around you has to adjust. When you shift your consciousness, you literally shift your reality. One of the most mind-bending experiments in quantum physics, the double-slit experiment, gives us a clue as to how this works. When scientists shoot tiny particles, like electrons, through two slits, they behave like waves, creating an interference pattern. It's as if they pass through both slits at once, existing only as a field of probabilities. But here's the wild part. As soon as you place a detector to observe which slit the particle goes through, everything changes. The wave pattern vanishes, and the particles act like solid objects, going through one slit or the other. This suggests that the very act of observation of conscious focus collapses the wave of possibilities into a single, concrete reality. The particle exists in a state of pure potential until consciousness intervenes. This brings us back to another Hermetic principle. The all is mind. The universe is mental. What you perceive as solid reality is a projection of your beliefs, your expectations, and your subconscious programs. Einstein himself said, "The field is the sole agency governing the particle." This means if we can change the information in the field, our field of consciousness, we can influence matter itself. So often, we feel like we're just reacting to life, like we're victims of our circumstances. From our five senses, this seems totally reasonable. But what if most of our reactions are not our own? What if they are pre-installed programs running in the background during the first 7 years of our lives? Our brains are in a state highly receptive to programming, like a state of hypnosis. We absorb the beliefs, behaviors, and emotional patterns of our environment without any critical filters. It's estimated that 95% of our adult actions and decisions stem from these programs acquired in childhood. Your conscious mind holds your dreams and desires, but your subconscious mind is just running old software. You might wake up wanting to change your life, but throughout the day, you're unconsciously repeating programs that might be self-sabotaging or limiting. You wonder why things aren't working out, but you're not aware that your subconscious is running the show. But here's the good news. Both quantum physics and epigenetics are showing us that we are not victims of our genes or our environment. We are the creators of our experience. What we see in our 3D world is a projection of our consciousness. By changing our inner world, our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can change the reality we experience. This might sound like some New Age fantasy to some, but it's what enlightened masters have been telling us for centuries. They understood that our reality is a Maya, an illusion. Now, scientists are reaching similar conclusions, suggesting it's highly probable we're living in some kind of simulation. Over 2,000 years ago, the Chinese philosopher Zhuangzi wrote, "I dreamed I was a butterfly, fluttering around, then I woke up. Now I wonder, am I a man who dreamed of being a butterfly, or am I a butterfly dreaming I am a man?" Think about your own dreams at night. You create entire worlds, characters, and events, all from your own mind. While you're in the dream, it feels completely real. So, following the principle as above, so below, isn't it possible that our waking life is just another grander projection of consciousness? As Einstein said, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The most powerful thing you can do is to become aware of your own programming and begin to consciously choose the vibrations you want to send out into the universe. You are the observer, and your focus creates your world. What reality will you choose to create? Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to join us on this journey of discovery. See you in the next video. Do you ever feel like you're just a passenger in your own life, constantly reacting to whatever comes your way? What if I told you that you have the power to stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the creator of your reality? The key lies within your own mind. To truly take control, we need to reprogram our subconscious, swapping out those old, limiting beliefs for new, empowering ones. But it doesn't stop there. We also need to learn how to create not just from the physical world around us, but by tapping into the infinite potential of the quantum field. So, how do we start reprogramming our subconscious? The very first step is simple, but powerful. Become a witness, an observer of your own thoughts, actions, and behaviors. Think about it. When life throws something at you, how do you react? Do you get angry, frustrated, or anxious? Instead of just letting that automatic reaction take over, take a step back and observe it. Identify the underlying program that's running the show. Maybe you reacted that way because of a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough or that things never work out for you. You might not change your reaction overnight, and that's okay. The goal here is awareness. By consistently observing yourself, you gradually start to correct those automatic responses. You begin to notice the patterns. And you likely find that most of our limitations stem from just two things: our sense of deservingness and our capacity for it. If, on a deep level, you don't feel worthy of love or deserving of good things, you'll unconsciously push them away, no matter how much you might want them on the surface. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, especially the ones tied to self-love and self-worth, it's time to replace them. This is where positive affirmations come in, and there's a perfect time to use them, right before you fall asleep. As you drift off, your brain waves slow down and enter a state called theta. This is the same highly receptive state you were in as a child when many of those limiting programs were first installed, but this time, you're in charge. You get to choose the new programming. You can create your own affirmations based on the beliefs you want to change. For example, if you feel you're not worthy of wealth, instead of saying "I will be abundant," you record yourself saying "I am abundant." Always state it in the present tense, as if it's already true. Create an audio recording of these affirmations. You can add some relaxing music or even binaural beats to make it more effective. Then just listen to this audio as you fall asleep. Your conscious mind will drift off, but your subconscious will stay active, absorbing and integrating these new, empowering messages. Think of it as self-hypnosis, and just like learning to drive a car or play the piano, repetition is everything. Be consistent, and you will install a new program. Now, let's talk about creating from the quantum field. This is about shifting from creating with matter hustling and forcing things to happen to creating with pure energy. To do this, we need to connect with the source, the universal field of intelligence, and create from a state of wholeness. It starts by bringing your full attention to the present moment. When you do this, you stop being just a physical body and become pure consciousness. You pull your energy away from the outside world, your senses, and your body, and you place it into the void, the quantum field. This void isn't empty. It's a vast sea of energy and frequencies, filled with infinite probabilities, just waiting to be called into our physical reality. When you open yourself up to this space of nothingness, something amazing happens in your brain. It becomes more coherent. The different parts that were once divided start to work together, resonating at the same frequency like a perfectly synchronized orchestra. This creates a feeling of wholeness and connects you directly to the field. Your brainwaves shift from the busy beta state to slower, more creative alpha and theta waves. The electrical signals generated by your brain represent your intention, and the clearer your intention, the more powerful that signal becomes. When you stop being your old self and access this state of unity, you're not just changing yourself, you're impacting the consciousness of the entire universe because you've become one with it, and the universe responds. But there's one more crucial ingredient: the energy of your heart. Pure, elevated emotion, like love and gratitude, is the energy of the source. Think of it this way: your mind's intention is the rudder that steers your ship, but your heart is the powerful engine that propels it forward. You have to fall in love with your future before it happens. You must feel the joy and gratitude of your desire as if it's already here, right now. Your heart generates a powerful magnetic field that extends several feet around your body. The more coherent and open your heart is, the more energy it has, and the stronger its magnetic pull becomes. You send out the signal with your clear intention, and you draw the experience back to you with the elevated emotion in your heart. You don't need to chase or search for anything. When your energy matches a possibility in the quantum field, you'll start to see synchronicities, a trail of coincidences and opportunities that lead you directly to what you desire. Ready to try it? Here's a simple practice to help you create from the quantum field. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. You can sit or lie down. Close your eyes and start counting down from 100 to 0. As you count, visualize the numbers in the space between your eyebrows, with your eyes slightly elevated. This helps your brain shift into the alpha state. If you get distracted or lose your place, just gently return to where you left off. By the time you reach 0, you should feel deeply relaxed. Your breathing and heart rate will have slowed down, and your brain will be in a coherent alpha or theta state. Now, in this state, begin to visualize what you want to manifest. See it, feel it, live it in your mind. Imagine you are already living that reality. Recreate every single detail. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Touch a surface in your mind and feel its texture. Make the scene as real and vivid as possible. But here's the most important part. Focus on the emotion. Feel the overwhelming gratitude and excitement of your desire already being fulfilled. This is the magic ingredient. You can do this exercise anytime, but it's especially powerful right before bed or just as you wake up, when your brain is naturally in a more receptive state. Throughout the practice, the goal is to forget about your body, your environment, and your problems. Become so lost in the internal experience that it feels more real than your external world. Remember, the mental images define your intention, but it's the feeling, the emotion that vibrates at the frequency of your desire and attracts it to you through resonance. The universe is incredibly creative. Trust that it will guide you to your destiny through synchronicities, unexpected events, and beautiful coincidences, making the journey far more interesting than you could have planned. Of course, this doesn't mean you just sit back and do nothing. You will be inspired to take action, but it will feel fluid, natural, and effortless, not like a struggle. That's all for today. I truly hope this information has been helpful and has inspired you to explore the incredible power you hold within. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you found this valuable, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you soon.